Namaskaram. In this episode, we will understand the word by word meaning of Pasuram 4 of Pillaiandadi. As usual, let's look at Pasuram 3, and this ended as Or Pugarandri Uivillaye. So, Uivillaye was the last word of the third Pasuram, and the fourth Pasuram starts with exactly that word. உய்யும் வகையில்லை உத்திரவேதியுள் வந்துதித்த செய்யவள் மேவிய சீர் அருளாளரை சிந்தை செய்யும் மெய்யவன் எந்தை இராமானுசன் அருள்மேவி வாழும் ஐயன் இலங்கு தூப்புல் பிள்ளை ஆய்ந்த பொருள் அன்றியே. So in this Pasuram, Kumara Varadhacharya very beautifully brings in Lord Varadharajar into the picture. And he says how from Varadharaja, Ramanujar was blessed, and from Ramanujar, how Desikan is blessed. So now let's look at the word by word meaning. So he says, Uyum vahayillai. There is no path to upliftment other than what? Let's look into the next words. Uttara Vediyul Vanduditta. Someone has Vandu Uditta. Someone has taken avataram in Uttara Vedi. Uttara Vedi is North Mada Street. So someone who has incarnated in the North Mada Street, of which place? He's talking about Kanchipuram. Seyyavan Meviya, on whom resides the red, fair, and beautiful Mahalakshmi. Seer Arulalarai, now he tells whom he's talking about. He's talking about Lord Perarulalan, Varadaraja Perumal, who incarnated in Kanchipuram for the yagam that was done by Brahma, right? Sindai Seyyum, someone is meditating always on Perarulala Perumal. And who is this? Meyyavan, it is someone who's always speaking the truth. Yendai Ramanusan, it is none other than our Swami Ramanujar. Arul Mevi Varum, someone who is dependent and someone who's taking refuge in his compassionate lives. That is, so the Lord Varadaraja Perumal, who incarnated in Kanchipuram in Uttaravedi, Ramanujar is always meditating upon him, and Ramanujar is one who always speaks the truth. Someone else is taking refuge in the compassion of Ramanujan. Who is that? He is Ilang, best among Ayyan. Ayyan here means Brahmanas, those who understand the knowledge of who is Brahman, Parabrahman, and they are resplendent due to the knowledge of Brahman. That is Ayyan. Who is this Ayyan in Ilang? That is none other than Swami Desikan. Tupul Pillai Aindu Porullandriye Tupul Pillai. So he is none other than Tupul Pillai. So Varadaraja incarnated from Brahma's Yaga in Kanchipuram, and the Perarulala Perumal, Varadaraja Perumal, is the object of meditation, and he is the object of yoga for Swami Ramanuja. And Swami Desikan takes refuge at the feet of Swami Ramanujar. And the porul andriye, other than his works that have shown us the path of Sharanagati, uyum vahayillai, there is no path to upliftment. This is the word by word meaning of this Pasura. So, Bhagavad Ramanujar was ever in the thoughts of Lord Varadaraja of Kanchi. In fact, when Alavandar comes to Kanchipuram, though he doesn't meet Swami Ramanujar when he was Ilayalvar, he goes to Perumal in Kanchipuram and he does a tiny Sharanagati saying that give this Ilayalvan for our Sampradayam. He is very much important for our Sampradayam. So even Lord Varadaraja always had Ramanuja in his thoughts, and so did Ramanuja always have had Ramanuja had Varadarajan in his thoughts always. So Bhagavad Ramanuja was ever in the thoughts of Lord Varadaraja of Kanchi, even when he moved to Sri Rangam, who incarnated in the sacrificial fire. So Varadaraja Perumal came to Kanchipuram as an incarnation in Archa Murti in response to the yagam that was conducted by Brahma, right? This is Chaturmukha Brahma. Swami Desikan, who was a recipient of his abundant grace, in turn graced his disciples with writings that were the very essence of all scriptures and the only path to redemption. Now, they always say that the scriptures that we have um, evolve based on the intelligence level of people in that particular era, right? So people like Vyasa wrote Brahma Sutras. When people were able to understand just by reading a sutram, they would be able to understand what is the summary of it. Vyasa wrote Brahma Sutram in Dwapara Yugam. But later, people were not able to understand it straight away. So then there were people like Bhagavat Ramanujar who had to incarnate to write a bhashyam on Brahma Sutras, right? So then later, Vedanta Desikar had to incarnate to even write a bhashyam of what Ramanujar had given. And he's written all his works so that we are able to understand the simplest path of Prapatti. Though it is the simplest path, it requires one to have absolute Mahavishwasam in Perumal. So when we start chanting the stotrams that have been written by Swami Desikan, that establishes a Mahavishwasam in our mind. And the second most important one for Sharanagati is Akinchanyam, that I am incapable of doing any of the other requirements that will lead me to moksham, and Prapatti is the only way. And in Prapatti, both the Upayam and the Upayam is Perumal himself. So I'm not going to take any other means to reach him, but I take him as the means to reach him. So Lord Varadaraja was chosen as the personal deity for daily worship for both Ramanujar and for Swami Desikan. Um, the Vigraham which they used for daily worship was none other than Varadaraja Perumal. Therefore, the words Sindai Seyyum could be connotated to both Swami Ramanujar as well as for Swami Desikan. Now, the words Iramanusan Mevi Varum seem to connotate Swami Desikan's Taniyan Ramanuja Dayapatram, because that clearly shows that Swami Desikan wrote everything because of the compassionate blessings that he received from Ramanujar, and he who is the recipient of Ramanuja's grace. So just with this one Pasuram, we receive the grace of not only Swami Desikan, but also of Swami Ramanujar and also of Varadaraja Perumal along with Perandevi Tayar. What a beautiful Pasuram it is. Let us immerse ourselves in understanding the meaning of this and trying to lead a blissful life once again. Srimate Ramanujaya Namaha, Srimate Nigamanta Mahadesikaya Namaha. Dhanyosmi.